YouTube, Awesome Writer here. This is a small news update video on my last video, which was our look at the Tokujay mmpr suit designs that there's going to be in this upcoming Ninjakidz web series to promote Reignition, just because we got a few other set photos, and I wanted to talk about a couple things real quick. I won't do a video every time there's an update unless something crazy happens, like all of a sudden the Omega Rangers are there or something, I don't know. Something worth talking about. But this is the last one I wanted to talk about, outside of another topic video I might film for this week. But we get a better look at the helmets. Like, the last pictures when I was editing the one before were a little bit fuzzy, and Reds looked kind of different, but I'm like, does it look different, or am I just telling myself that? But yeah, they look very recognizable, and as multiple people in the comments mentioned, it's kind of a good balance between recognizable but something a little bit different. And I really like the way they look. I kind of echo other people's sentiments too, that it would have been cool to see this used in something more serious. I don't mean that it's serious for adults, but I mean, it would have been neat to maybe see a reboot show with this type of thing. Can't help but think of that rumor that Netflix, or when they were doing the Netflix deal, Hasbro was like, actually, instead of the reboot, we want to just do an MMPR thing. What if they did that, but with these live-action suits? But I think they would have needed to make the show look better. There was some good, clean HD shots in the Saban era, or the Neo Saban era, but a lot of it did look fan-filmy, especially in, Once and Always. I think Disney era was the peak of the visuals. I mean, obviously now when you go back, it's 480p, quality, but I think in terms of it feeling more epic. But I think there's a way we could do it where it keeps the charm that the hardcore fans don't want to let go, but looks a little bit more presentable. And I was thinking, actually, kind of the way that the Orville looked, because the Orville was very much inspired by the look and feel of Next Generation, which can feel a bit dated when you go back. Don't get me wrong, love me some Next Generation, love me some Deep Space Nine, Voyager, the whole nine, the whole Deep Space Nine, but it dates itself a little bit. But the way the Orville was done was hey, we're doing this aesthetic, but it looks more modern, and I don't want to say professional, but you know what I mean. I think that would be cool to see something like that. But I like these suits a lot, and it's going to lead to a discussion about something that I want to do a video on that'll come out in a couple days. But I think it's neat we're getting to see these. I agree that it could have been cool to see it in something bigger than a little web series, but it's still neat we get these rather than never getting them at all. To see proof of concept. It would have been cool if the Reignition line did indeed pepper in other season figures, if we had Wave 1 be the 6 MMPRs and Gold Zeo or something, and then you randomly put other Rangers in the Tokujay suits here, imagine Gold Ranger, just to get to see that. But regardless, that doesn't really matter because it's not really lining up, which is the weird thing I mentioned yesterday about this, is this is promoting Reignition supposedly, but they're completely different suits. So you're going to have, again, presumably some kids are going to be why don't these suits look the same? Kind of like how little kid me was disappointed that I could never get figures outside of the McDonald's ones that look like the MMPR movie suits. I'm this is just a shiny, flippable figure. That's the same exact one. But anyway, also we have a look at the cast, who's going to be playing the characters. I'm really curious what this is going to feel like. I mean, I don't really have any huge thoughts on the cast, except for Yellow kind of looks like a Kelsey variant. They kind of look like any other Neo Saban cast that's announced. We're announcing the cast for the new season, and it reminds me of that scene from from Justice League when I think Lex Luthor's in Flash's body and he rips off the mask and he's I have no idea who this is. Same thing with Sentai cast, quite frankly. I'm I don't know who the hell these people even are, unless it's a previous Sentai writer actor. But I do find that interesting too, because I'm going to imagine, just because they all look so different, that they're not going to be Jason Zach Trimberly. Yeah, Trimberly back. All those fusion characters I just said. But, the ones we know. I mean, 2017 was. But it just is a little bit funny to me that obviously you have on Netflix Reignition, which is one-to-one what you're getting in the toys. Yep, these are the characters that look like they're flippable heads. This is the Megazord, this is the designs. And then these are different characters with different suits. I don't think it'll be a huge deal, but I just find it kind of funny. But I'll be curious to see how this turns out, if they'll do any more with it, if it'll help Reignition continue. If we get Season 2, will they do a second quote-unquote season or special of this that has White Ranger? I don't know. But I think this is a neat little thing. A lot of people overreacting about it, kind of like when Reignition was announced. It's not replacing the main show. Got a lot of people being we can't stand for this. This is not an important cause worth fighting for. But we'll wait and see. I think it's a neat little thing to at least have us talk about something while we wait for reboot news, if it ever comes. But anyways, guys, until next time, don't forget to comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell to get notifications for my videos. Awesome Writer, signing out.